Hello and welcome to the Tech Disruptors podcast. We are back for another week talking tech, talking everything actually, just not tech. This is my co-host to my left.
This is Jason with
and
2&A Tech.
2&A Tech.
They say 2&A, but it's actually tuna.
I know. We'll talk about names. Names are funny.
My name's terrible.
Names
Yours is kind of terrible too, though. You know?
It absolutely is, yeah. And I'll share a fun story about mine because mine's spelt differently than it's how it's meant to be pronounced. It's one of those kind of names.
Oh, so is mine.
Yeah. So, but we'll talk about names and when big companies make bad decisions. We'll come back to that. But we are the Tech Disruptors. We are live every week on Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere else you find great podcasting content. We love to talk about tech, but sometimes the subject matter pops its way in there. You know, pop culture. We are men of pop culture. We are the. I don't want to say what generation we're from. It's probably going to age us really quickly. But
I don't even know what generations are anymore.
I never know. I don't know. I'm only 20 years old, so I have no idea.
I'm a man of many generations. We'll just say that.
You're a man of many generations. I like that. That's good. So let's kick things off by talking about a story that I don't think a lot of regular consumers would have all heard that much about. I think this is very much a Twitter thing or an X thing. And to put it simply, dbrand. Now, you may have heard of dbrand before. So
skin your device. Yeah, skin your
exactly.
device, everything under
yes.
the sun. Yep.
So they sell these lovely vinyl skins that a lot of these tech influencer people use.
And in particular, MKBHD isn't he like heavily involved with them in some way?
I believe that it's a shaken hand partnership, if I remember if I got this right. So again, you would have heard of dbrand. They do sponsor a lot of tech channels and
quality product.
Great product. I use them a lot myself. I'm boring. I like to buy black and white devices.
I didn't want to say anything, but
I'm wearing a red t-shirt. This is the only red t-shirt I own. To keep it honestly, I'm a monochromatic kind of guy.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually, fun story. When I went away to that trip to England a couple of weeks ago, when I was packing, because the first time ever I packed using only a carry-on. So no suitcase, just a carry-on. So I went away for 10 days and I lived out of a carry-on suitcase. But the reason I bring that up is because when I was packing my suitcase, I came to the realization that I am very monochromatic in the color scheme that I use. Apart from my blue jeans, it's black, white, and gray.
I wouldn't say I'm monochromatic, but I do tend to wear the same colors, like at work.
Yes.
But yeah, I get it.
And anyway, so I don't even know how we got onto that. But anyway, dbrand. I don't even know where that came from. But anyway, so they provide skins for people that largely want to keep their devices looking new. You put them on the outside of your phones, your tablets, your laptops, etc. And that's just to change up the design, make it funky, make it fresh, and also provide a little bit of scratch protection, I think is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So over the past week, a young buck, we'll call him on X, reached out to dbrand and basically said, hey, here is my laptop. So I'm just going to pull this. Let me just zoom in on this so I can get this right. I won't show. No, I'm going to share my screen, but I'm not going to zoom in on like what you think I'm zooming in on. Okay. So here's the story.
Okay.
So if I pronounce this name wrong, I'm sorry. It's Bhuwan Shanrash, I believe is how you say the last name. So he reached out to dbrand, tagged him and said, hey, I bought this skin a couple of months back. I'm assuming for a MacBook or MacBook Pro or something along those lines, and said, couldn't even remain the same color after just 2 months. What should I do? Hashtag dbrand complaint. Now, I was looking at this picture before we jump into what the response was. What color is it supposed to be?
Wait, now let me ask a question. Is that the skin that's on it now?
No. So this is what I understand from this tweet here, or this X. That is the rip after he's taken it off. He's noticed discoloration on his MacBook, which I don't know, maybe some vinegar would take that out, but
Goo Gone, razor, soap and water.
Honestly, I don't know. But anyway, so he reached out to him and said, okay, look, I had this skit on my laptop. And sure enough, when I peeled it off, it's discolored my MacBook.
And
Now,
the way we're talking about it, you know how we're like,
yeah,
just maybe that's how Dbrand, came up with their response. So like, is this guy serious? Like, obviously,
yes.
look at that. So I think that's
Okay.
how they looked at it. Maybe
We'll come back to the context in just a second and how
sure.
may or may not responded. So Dbrand decided to respond. And for those of you who know a little bit about Dbrand, they're a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek kind of response on social
Yeah.
media. They
That's
like
a good way
to
to put it. Yeah, that's a good way
yeah,
to put it.
yeah, they like to have a little bit of fun. It's meant to be a playful, fun brand. And again, they do sponsor a lot of like big tech reviewers. And if you've seen like Linus Tech Tips, whenever they sponsor one of his videos, they're always messing with him. I remember there was one review he did where they sent him a box of broken glass, which why not, right? But anyway, long story short, Dbrand responds and says, your last name basically is Shitrash, which is not how you pronounce it. It's Shintrash.
So stupid.
Be serious.
Yeah.
Now,
what's your response to that? Just reading that comment and reading the context underneath it, what was your first thing you said?
I looked at his name and I thought to myself, that's really not how that would sound. It doesn't, I'm sure it's Shuntrash, if I've got that right. If my dialect, coach has taught me anything.
Okay.
But understandably, looking at the letters in that succession, one might go, it does kind of sound like Shitrash.
And that's something they would say to their coworkers, but not post. Like I could see someone say, "Oh, and I might not even say it personally, but at first I'm like, I kind of laughed. I'm like, wait a minute, because I didn't read his name at first. I thought they were talking about the stain on the laptop. Looked like a shit rash. I'm serious. I'm like, so why is everyone so up in arms? And then I went back and I was doing it real quick on my lunch break, and I'm like, oh crap, they made no pun intended. They made fun of his name. I'm like,
yes. Yeah. So let me ask you this, and I'll ask you this question. Okay. So was that the intern at Dbrand who they just handed over the social media account to and just said, go to town? No.
I guarantee it was just one of the regular people that, like you said, they're tongue-in-cheek. They can be crude sometimes, and it's never really bit them in the ass because they make a pretty good product, and they have a really good following, and they support, like, every creator. So I give them props on that. But stuff like this is kind of a bad look, I assume.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. With that being said, they didn't delete it right away. Or they not deleted it at all?
I still found it, but this was from another user, so I'm assuming someone's screenshot.
So do you have MKBHD's response?
I do. Let me pull that up because I saw that too. And for those of you, I mean, if you don't know who this guy is,
I've heard of him in passing.
Yeah, I've heard of
him. Bunch of letters. whatever.
So let me see if I can find.
But I'm sure while you're looking for it, MKBHD is heavily involved with Dbrand. It's more of a partnership and a collaboration. Initially, they started working on products together with his kind of like logo and red and blue and modern design. And now he's more of a hands-on involved with them. And I think what's the wallet company? Ridge Wallet too, maybe?
Ridge Wallet. I think it's a subsidiary of theirs.
Yeah. So he's heavily involved with them. So he actually came out and commented on this, which then posted another response from Dbrand, which wasn't necessarily bad, but it was basically exactly what MKBHD asked for.
Yeah.
There you go.
So here is Marquez's response. He says, won't be working with Dbrand until the original tweet is deleted at least. You're allowed to make shitty jokes, but the internet has made it pretty clear about this one, and the harm from it is unnecessary. I've been around long enough to see a lot of versions of this in my years. Apologies of the internet tend to come in pairs. First apology is usually rushed and then later regretted. The second after some time is usually more measured and reflective. I'm definitely not asking for a second apology, but I'm asking for the reflective part. Great response.
It was good, but okay. Anyways, we'll get to the next
part. No. So I mean, out comes this massive tech influencer, somebody that has millions and millions and millions of followers, basically chastising the brand that helps support his channel and says,
think about it. If you think this is minor, let's say you're on the fence where it's like, who cares? They made fun of his name. It was in poor taste, but it's not a big deal. Marquez, whether he believes that or not, he's got a large, like you said, a large influence of a base of people that follow him. He's
Yeah.
got to be supporting everyone, so he can't let this go, especially being
No.
involved heavily as he is.
Yeah. And I mean, Dbrand responded to Marquez and they said, fair enough, we left the offending tweet up because we didn't want it to seem like we were sweeping the situation under the rug. We recognized that our tweet went too far, created a platform of hateful discourse. Given that we've already buried the hatchet with Bhutan, we'll come back to that in a second. We're good to delete the tweet and be more mindful going on. So,
in terms of burying the hatchet, I hope they bury the hatchet with me too, because I've been kind of offended by this and I feel really hurt. And
it's true.
I'm just emotionally distraught about this.
But your last name actually is Shit Rash, so it's actually not an offensive.
It is, but that's not the correct pronunciation because it's more of an Italian kind of.
Oh right, okay. You got to use your hands when you do it. Yeah,
Shit Rash.
Yeah,
that's terrible. Yes. I don't even know what the hell that
was. But okay, so here is there was another tweet from Dbrand before this, and I don't know if you remember about the $10,000. Did you see that?
I didn't hear it from Dbrand. I was reading other people saying he got paid $10,000, and the only person that could have came from was either the victim himself and or Dbrand or both.
So here is another tweet. This was the first apology.
Okay, I didn't see this one.
Well, that escalated quickly. Yes, we made fun of the guy's name. It was a huge fumble. We apologized to him directly and offered him $10,000 as a gesture of goodwill. We've been poking fun at customers on social media for over a decade now. We're not going to stop, but maybe next time you'll be the one who gets $10,000. Now, I almost feel like that's an apology masked in a fuck you.
I look at it as it's more of an apology masked in this is a great marketing thing. Now we can get people purposely wanting to get made fun of. We can pay them $10,000 and get away with it.
Yeah.
That's genius if you think of it that way.
Yeah, I mean, great campaign. Sure. Maybe they managed, but I honestly think they paid him off.
Here's the problem. Dbrand is just got into that whole situation with Casetify copying them. And everyone was up to Dbrand like, hey, you're the greatest. You are it. And then this happens. It's like, who can you trust and who can you like anymore?
Well, here, I mean, there's a lot of, I was just reading the comments here. Tech Odyssey said, apparently the going rate for PR Band-Aid is $10,000, which is a great comment, right?
Well, maybe for a company like Dbrand, but Nike may have to pay a little more.
More, yeah.
Yeah, someone like that.
So, I mean, I think they paid the guy off. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
So let me say this was you, and let's say you were truly offended by them making fun of your name, which your last name ain't hard to make fun of. But would you take the $10,000 and leave and say, fine, I'm good with it?
100%. I would take the $10,000 of free money and be done.
I'd say make it 25 and we're good to go.
Oh, okay. You want to double it up? You want to
double and a half. What are you talking about?
Yeah, double and a half. Yeah, sorry, double and a half. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, when I saw this tweet, I actually thought that this was in more poor taste than the original tweet.
Yeah, it's not really an apology. I mean, it is. They escalated quickly, which is saying like, "Oh, we're like sarcasm." Yeah, kind of like something I would say. And then yes, we made fun of the name. That was a huge fumble. Okay, there's a kind of apology, and we apologize. They should never have mentioned the $10,000. That was where the poor taste started.
But do you see we're sorry in there?
They said we apologize. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same. I want them to say, we're sorry for saying that. It was, you know what? And they should have just come out and been like, look, culturally, you're making fun of a guy from another place that has a foreign name. And that's really what the heart of this issue is. I think that's why it pissed so many people off. It's, hey, dude.
We're like, when you, and I'm not going to post my last name out that you could probably figure it out. It isn't hard to do, but
it's like Shit Rash.
Yeah. When you see my last name, it's 11, 12 letters long. And when you try to pronounce it, I've never had one person pronounce it right the first time. And once I do pronounce it, it looks nothing like it sounds. And that's where my tech name comes from. Not the 2 in the NA, but the tuna. Because when you say my last name, it sounds like you're saying tuna at the end. So for me growing up, I was called tuna my entire life. And you think, oh, that's terrible. You get used to it. But if someone called me Shit Rash and pronounced my name totally off, like terribly, I would probably be offended by that.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess, people's names are a very specific thing too. I mean, it's connected to fandom, it's connected to culture. There's a lot of weight, I guess, behind a name. But I mean, we were talking about this before we went on air. Like, I won't, I mean, again, you can find my name anywhere out there, but the last two letters of my last name is Lo, L-O. But because I have a Polish last name, a lot of people don't know this, but Lo is not pronounced Lo in Polish. It's pronounced Wo, like W-O. I've never gone by that pronunciation of my name, but like someone that's of Polish origin, Polish descent, they would know that that's how that name's supposed to be said. Now, would I get upset if someone posted hey, here is this guy, look at his name, it's so silly, it doesn't sound like it's supposed to at the end? Like, no, 100% no. But
well,
I would
I mean, if someone mispronounced my name, I'm not going to get mad. But if they called me something like offensive, like shit rash,
yeah,
I can see how that could be offensive.
Yeah, no, 100%. And again, the guy came out and he just basically said to Dbrand, look, just chill. Like, that's kind of not cool what you're doing. Yeah. But again, the thing that bothered me about that was just the way that it was handled, I think is the best way to put it.
If that second apology was used in place of the first one,
yes,
I think that would have been better off. Don't even mention the 10 grand. And then we fumbled. Just say we really screwed up. We shouldn't make fun of people's names. And on the other side of that, the biggest thing that makes me mad is I prefer shit rag.
Yes. Yeah. True.
And that's just.
I know. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, everyone has one of those in their home, no?
True.
Now, let me ask you this, right? I'm just going to play conspiracy theorist here, and I'm going to sound like a dick when I say this, but I'm going to throw this out there. How many new followers did Bhuwan Shinrush now have following that?
You know what? Post? That's interesting. The only way you can do is check it.
I'm gonna have a look, because I mean, listen, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm sure if I type in his name, and yep, sure enough, it's the first one that comes up. And
he's trending.
Now, I listen. I'm going to be honest with you. Not what I expected. He's 112 followers.
That's wow! So he must not gain much, if any.
Maybe. No, so I don't know. Okay, so hang on a second. Let's just rewind. I'm just looking through this guy's social media account here.
And you're creeping on this guy.
I know, sorry. And I don't mean, I'm just curious, because I know these kind of stories always fascinate me, because I'm interested to see how they are handled, is probably a better way to put it. So on the same day, now
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So they came out and said shit rash. Okay, whatever. Do you think he was immediately, holy crap, this is bull crap? Or do you think he got mad after everyone kind of blew up on it?
So here is his response. So at 10:44 a.m. he posted that tweet about his MacBook.
Okay.
At 3:10 p.m. on the same day, he posted to Dbrand again, and this is before they responded, are your robots still charging at their docks? So I feel like that's poking the bull a little bit there. Now, I didn't know that. I mean, I'm just seeing this now, right? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I understand brands don't always respond on social media. We know this, right? We've reached out to many a brand, and they've been told to be like, go fuck yourself. Who are you guys, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, if any brand wants to sponsor the Tech Disruptors podcast, we're open to discussion. I mean, we had a coffee brand, but then we stopped getting coffee, and I just get spam.
Coffee.
It was good coffee. Yeah. We won't mention the brand name. Go back through our previous podcast and find them out. Actually, funny story. I don't know if you get the same responsibility, but that same company's email was hacked, and all I get now is video links to something. I refuse to click on them because I'm absolutely sure it's going to fucking...
You know what that is, don't you? It's that new spyware for iPhones. You better watch out.
Yeah, we're going to talk about iPhones. iPhones getting spyware? What?
They're the most secure phone ever. There's no way. It's got to be a lie.
No, well, that's exactly right. But
if it ain't Apple, it ain't shit rash.
Shit. Well, let's... Yes, nice. Yes. I like
that one?
That was good, yeah. So let's actually talk about Apple and their security concerns.
You know what's funny? Every time we mention Apple, it's always crappy.
Crappy, yeah. We as tech disruptors, our job is to talk about the tech stories of the week. And
But
now
what are we
Apple's
gonna
had
do when Apple iOS 18 comes out and it's basically an Android phone?
yeah, with the ability to move icons and put widgets
mean,
wherever you want. I mean, it's
That's
over.
futuristic, right? That's innovation right there.
Yeah, basically. So do you want to introduce? You introduce?
I
this
didn't
story,
read
'cause
much
you
about
ran.
the article, but basically, Apple came out and warned of mercenary spyware attacks across users in 90 countries. And from what I read, and I could be wrong, and if anybody's out there in the comments or
I got
chat
it
or
right here.
anything,
Hang on.
I want to say it's mainly India. I could be wrong. I didn't hear much about the U.S.
Sorry, no, 92 countries.
Right, 92
Has
countries. Okay.
yeah. So basically, India is they believe it began. But this is an uncommon thing. Like for people that know Apple and iOS, like a spyware attack is crazy.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
This
Yeah.
has got to be clickbait.
And what the fuck is mercenary spyware? Like, come on. Like,
Well, he came out and
that?
said it's like this. It's a group of mercenaries doing this. Shut up, dude. It's a bunch of really smart guys who just want money, and they're going to attack to break into the people's iPhone accounts. I swear to God, Apple can never just say something is what it is. It's always got to be something more because we're so strong. It's got to be a mercenary attack.
Like mercenaries, it sounds like they're being waged war on by like a group of soldiers trying to.
And you know what? In all reality, every big tech company is constantly being bombarded by attacks because they're once where there's a will, there's a way. They're going to break through no company is. If you think iOS is never going to be penetrated, no pun intended, you're stupid because no company is able to avoid cyber attacks 100%. No company is.
Well, let me ask you this. So with this new EU law that's being passed, and they have to literally allow us. Well, okay. Well, I'm talking about the side loading bullshit.
Right.
Does that make them more susceptible now to spyware attacks because you're opening up a door that was never opened up before?
No, don't give them fuel.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, for those of you who may be unfamiliar, like in Europe, they've passed a law that basically said that Apple has to allow side loading of apps. So going apps not.
But isn't there like caveats to that or something?
I'm sure there is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I almost feel like this is just a little bit of a response to them maybe unlocking a little bit, like some of the doors. And saying now you've got all these people who are going to come out and say, well, you're giving us an in. Let's see if we can exploit that in. And I'm sure it'll be patched in a week from now.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, Apple,
I
again.
say it's text messages, like they're sending a link and you're saying you're being attacked or something. You got to click on it.
Of course. That's because people are dumb.
I want to spin off this a little bit. So we all know RCS is Android's go-to secure messaging platform.
Yes.
Most people are using RCS, and Apple's going to integrate it into iMessage. We're still going to have the green bubble syndrome, but we're going to have more secure messaging.
Yep.
I have a friend. I hope he's not watching, but he's been an Android guy since the G1. I mean,
that's old.
I think he might have had some Blackberries, but G1. So I recently got in contact with him. Hey, we need to hang out. It's been years. I thought he had a Pixel device because he's had them in the past. He has a Samsung. I think he said S21 or something.
Okay.
And I'm texting him like, dude, why is it SMS? He goes, what do you mean? I go, why aren't you texting with RCS? He goes, what the hell is that? I said,
oh my,
it's not automatic with Samsung. So I don't know if the S21 had the Samsung messages doesn't have RCS. So I go, download Google Messages. He downloaded it and instantly it switched to RCS. And he goes, what's this going to do? I'm like, better pictures, better video, more secure. He's like, oh, cool, man. Thanks. And I'm not pointing him out to make him feel bad. But what I'm pointing out is most people don't give a shit.
No. Yeah.
Like moving apps around, Apple people aren't going to care. RCS,
no.
Apple people aren't, most Android people aren't going to care. They just wanted to open a phone and make sure it works. So,
and this is the thing. And I mean, look, I mean, I'll pull up a little kind of experiment of what it's going to look like. But I mean, I don't think that Apple.
You know what? Before you bring that up.
Yes.
Do I need to jump out?
Yeah. Nope. No. I actually had it. I literally had my up on my screen.
You've said this plenty of times.
No, but what I was going to say is I think iOS, fucking whatever. I think it's,
I like that.
iOS. I think it's more of a focus on them catching up with the AI stuff. And I think you might see a few little AI tricks coming through.
Well, and I did see something about Siri Assistant and iMessage. And if they're utilizing Google, we're going to see very similar things. And then Apple's going to see, we can do it too. Oh, well, I mean, it shouldn't be Apple versus Android. I'm so tired of that. I'm just saying, like, if you ever, we all know Delvon. He's a huge Pixel guy, and he uses iPhones. He prefers what he prefers, and he doesn't care. I like my Android phones, and if people don't like it, I don't care. But I also use iPhone too.
Well, let me ask you this, right? So they're saying that there's a new version of Siri coming in. So new round of skills and
Siri Pro.
Siri Pro. And we've been calling this, we called it, just for the record, and I just want to go back. I wish I could find the footage, but we called this at the end of last year. We said with about the new iPhone, with AI and Siri 2.0, I think it's what we called it.
We called it. That's right.
Yes. Yep. And here is the funny thing, and I'm not even joking when I say this. Siri in iOS 18, guess what it's called? Siri 2.0. I'm not even making that up. Yep. Siri 2.0 will make its debut at WWDC as part of iOS 18.
Do you, in your honest opinion, do you think that their AI will take the lead right off the rip?
100%. I reckon they've already made the deal with Google. I reckon we're going to see it.
But I'm saying, do you think it can be better than Google?
Oh,
I know it's going to be a lead in iPhones.
I don't know. I mean, I think it will be eventually.
Do you think this is why? Did you think this is why Android is handing out Gemini to other Android manufacturers?
Yeah.
So they can own the market.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're jumping around a lot. We're going to talk about how this is being pushed around as well, but
I think. Look, I mean, I think the reality is this is Apple's response to all of this stuff. But I also
Apple always playing catch up. They used to be the ones that everyone was trying to be.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like I honestly think that Apple focused on hardware and they kind of forgot about Siri a little bit.
Well, they were both, because the software was initially groundbreaking, but they never, I mean, in the years they've had it, the changes have been just kind of like cosmetic.
Okay, now let's be honest. You've had the iPhone for the last few generations. Can you
I've owned one since the 8.
Okay.
Before that, I didn't care.
Legit question. Can you honestly say that Siri has gotten better since the first time you
I'll be honest, I'm not going to say who it is. I have a family member who will sit there like, "Hey Siri, what's this?" And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Oh boy.
I don't even do that with mine, and
Listen, I'll be honest with you. All I want Siri to do, and this is the only thing I want Siri to do, is be as good as the Google Assistant is with voice to text. Because I use voice to text a lot when I'm driving, when I'm composing a message.
And you're right. I went to a meeting for my school with my daughter, and my wife couldn't be there. And I'm like, she goes, let me know anything. And they gave us a handout. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to record this with the recorder app. And it kicked out a transcript. And I watched this damn thing as they were talking, and it maybe messed up 1 or 2 words in that 45-minute meeting we were in.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Now, I get all through and I go, hey, honey, look what I sent you. She's like, yeah, I don't care. So I didn't even look at it a few times, but you're right. I don't know Siri is that good. I just don't use it.
No. So I mean,
isn't my cup of tea.
They're talking a lot about. I mean, RCS support and all that is coming, right? They're talking a lot about that, but
I guarantee they won't mention that much at WWDC. I bet they won't.
Well, I'm just looking at what they're saying here about AI and their built-in apps, because apparently they're embedding a lot of AI in their built-in apps. So I'm gonna tell me which one of these you actually give a shit about.
Okay.
Sorry, let me say generating playlists in the music app.
Oh, hold on. YouTube Music already does that for me.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
I know.
Okay, oh my God, it's so innovative.
Yeah, I know. And then the other thing here is
what we'll do is we'll play a game. I'll do 2. I'll do like duh and like oh my God reactions.
It says, hang on. So automatically generating playlists in the music app or slides in the Keynote presentation tool. It makes a slide? Maybe? I don't understand.
Hold on. So is the music and this related?
I don't know.
Well, what is Slides? Is that like a PowerPoint?
I think that's like their version of PowerPoint. Yeah.
So how does?
I don't know.
So Google does that already in their
Yes,
workspace. Yeah.
does.
Okay.
Wow,
it's so innovative.
So they're kind of copying Samsung here. So they're going to use their Spotlight search feature and large language models to be able to summarize notes and summarize web pages. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God. I can't wait to get the iPhone 16. I really can't.
I can't wait to have the same phone again with just even shittier fucking AI features.
Man,
like fucking.
It may not be shitty. Maybe they'll implement it really well. I don't think Google has done a bad job. I think Gemini was rough around the edges, but it's come a long way. But whatever. Anyways, they're just satisfying their customers because their customers don't care about Android. They're just like, okay, we'll get AI when we get it. We don't care.
But do you want to know what the biggest change to
I do.
18 is going to be? Having a custom route in Maps. Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey
guys, if you're listening, right. I'm selling my Honor, my Vivo, and my Xiaomi.
Just sell them all.
New one.
That's it. That's
I'm done.
Listen,
custom maps in Apple Maps.
Custom maps. And you'll be able to also see, and I believe that Google's had this for quite some time, topographic maps.
No.
Google's
so lacking.
I know.
Terrible. Yeah. Alphabet. Who the hell names their company Alphabet? Come on. So elementary.
You know what? Have they updated the email app? I have never checked that since I got my Apple, because that was my default email app.
I'll be honest, and people say this, and I kind of believe them. So I use the Apple Mail app on my 15.
Yes.
And it always seems to prioritize everything but Gmail.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My work phone's an iPhone. We use Outlook.
Yes.
And then my personal, I just use the built-in app. All my Android phones, I never use this built-in. I always use Gmail. I'm fine with it. It works fine for me.
Oh yeah, this is anyway. It's. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fantastic.
I am so excited to build custom slides. I mean, you
I know.
I mean,
you can't write that shit.
As a grown man, I'm gonna go to work and say, "Look, guys, I made custom slides," and they're gonna drop their drawers and just shit themselves.
Well, look, I mean, I know we don't mean to bash Apple, but we want better. Do. That's we want better. That's what it is, right?
I thought you said we want meta. I'm like,
we want better. Yes.
Whoa.
We want better. We want a better product, better services, better apps.
I thought you said meta.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I want that too. I mean, I like some of Meta stuff, but
it's pretty good. Speaking of a product that is hot garbage.
Hey, calm down.
We're the tech disruptors, so let's talk. Humane AI.
Now, Humane AI, please, if you are not listening right now, please listen to this because I got some ish to say before Darren rips you apart or after he rips you apart.
Okay, so the Humane AI pin. I'm going to show them. I'm just going to scroll up so you can see it first. So this is the thing that everybody's talking about currently, and we've talked about it a lot on this show. It is a AI powered device that essentially you wear on your jacket. And it projects a digital screen on your hand, and it's talk to touch and touch to talk, and it gives you the weather and fucking really shitty everything else. But anyway, so the reviews are in. This is pre-Rabbit R1, which is a whole other product,
and this is pre-Humane. It's not shipping yet.
Yes. So a lot of hate online, a lot of bad reviews currently coming in.
Right.
Now I've read through a few of them. I read through the Engadget review. I read The Verge. I watched a couple of videos. I don't think people get it, but I also think that they had a much higher bar of expectation than I do.
And I think that's because of the price and the subscription fee. If it was half the price and half the subscription fee, even if it was $10 a month and it was $4.50, I think it would be an easier pill to swallow.
Yeah, $6.99 plus the subscription fee is a lot to ask for.
But I posted, so I'm in a couple groups for Humane because I pre-ordered and I have not canceled yet. I've done my onboarding, set up some stuff. Here's what people don't understand. You're a beta tester for this program. So if you're the general public, maybe not purchase this or wait a little while till the bugs are ironed out.
Yeah.
They have a change log that they've been posting.
Yes.
And when this goes out this month, end of this month, beginning of May, they're already telling you what's going to work and what's not. And a lot of things they were trying to do were made aware to us that people who are going to buy it, that it wasn't going to work. And they've already told you that it's spring and in summer they're going to introduce more. Yeah. Do you remember Google Glass?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I beta tested that thing, and those things were hated. They were terrible. I loved every single SOLIDTRAN minute of mine. So I think the problem is yes, these tech people are tech people, and they're expecting a lot out of it, and they're utilizing every single aspect of it. And I'm aware now; it makes me more aware of what I'm going to expect.
Yes.
But what's funny is a lot of them said terrible battery life, but then some said the battery life was awesome.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like phone. And that's what I'm saying. It's like everyone uses it different. My biggest concern is the overheating issues.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a small device. There's not going to be a huge heat sink in that thing because it's all battery. Let's be honest. It's everything's battery. I think even one of the accessories was a battery pack.
But the main battery isn't even that big inside of it because your magnetic on the back is an extra battery. You can use one of those. Yeah. You already said that, right?
Yeah. Now, I saw a video today. So one of the features of the AI Pen is this ability to translate other languages into English. So I just wanted to show. I want to show you this clip, and this might be maybe a telltale sign of what's to come. So this is from The Verge.
What is it doing? It's taking pictures. I'm just trying to translate. This is the Humane AI Pen. It's supposed to be able to translate other languages, so let's put it to the test. 迷子の子猫ちゃん、あなたのお家はどこですか? That's just gibberish. お昼ご飯食べましたか? He's just saying what I'm saying in a vaguely racist accent. 昼ご飯を食べましたか? That's literally just saying what I said, but 昼ご飯を食べましたか instead of お昼ご飯を食べましたか? 곰 세 마리가 한 집에 있어.
AI Pen is locked.
Yeah, I was nervous about whether I would remember the other languages that I spent half of my life studying. Didn't matter because it wouldn't have been able to translate it anyway. It can repeat what I said in a slightly racist accent, though.
Okay, so
now I've seen other videos where a guy said something and he did it in German and Italian and in Spanish and it worked. But then when he asked for the third time, he said, "I'm sorry, AI can't do that right now."
Yeah.
So it's going to have its limitations, and I think if you're generally on the fence, don't do it. But if you're into, like, I hate to say this, I tend to purchase things, and I would say 25% of the time they actually end up working out. And like Google Glass that was my favorite, one of my favorite devices ever. And it went down the drains quick.
Well, I mean, again, like I'm bringing this up because, again, I think it's an interesting product, and a lot of this AI stuff is interesting. But we've talked about this before, and I know you mentioned the Dave 2D video that was on that he posted. He came out and basically said, "Why do we need these products when our phone already does?"
But he made it sound like it's a scam, and it's not really a scam because it's actually a product. And my biggest issue is when you watch all the reviews, most of them say, "Oh, hardware is top notch. Hardware is the best," and then that's about it.
Yeah. What about the software?
Captain Two Phone's review was probably the best because he did say there's a lot of things I like about it and things I want to like about it.
Look at this and tell me what.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. This guy, he had some. What I've noticed is most of these people had like, whoa, like that right there. It says ride. He goes, "What is that?" And it said lift.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it is. It's going to be, it's not out yet, so software is definitely not final.
Yeah.
And they've already up there to the change log all the way till middle of next year, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's an interesting product. Like I said, I think it's fascinating. I don't know if it's the right implementation of AI. And this is where we've talked about this before. I actually think that the Rabbit is a more compelling thing because it's something you can have in your pocket. it's a accessory to your phone, meaning that it does a lot of AI things, but you don't need to have your phone in your hand in order for it to do certain things for you,
Right.
like play Spotify. And
I think your biggest issue is they're two different. AI is such infancy right now. Everyone's searching for a solution. And I think I like the implementation of this if you can live without a screen all the time.
Yes.
Rabbit AI is a Rabbit R1's fine. I'm excited. I pre-ordered as well. But it's still going to require you to have a physical device in your hand and to interact with the screen. But what if that comes out and it's the same boat? Because the emails I'm getting is already telling me what it's not going to be able to do when it comes. Just like Humane. So I got a funny feeling that Rabbit's is even less backed and has less money than Humane is backed by some big people. So they got cash. But Rabbit isn't as big. So I hate to say this, but the difference is if it doesn't do as well, you spent $200 with no subscription fees.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So a Rabbit R1 is a much different price point, right? Like we're talking more than half of the.
But what if it comes in and it feels like crap and it's built crap and there's
I said it. I told you from the beginning, and I've seen a lot of the photos of like the boxes that are on our way.
Mm-hmm.
It looks huge, first of all. And it looks a little bit like a toy you would give to a kid, like a Game Boy or like.
It reminds me of my Playdate.
Yes, which you mentioned, yeah. Well, because I guess in response to Humane AI, Rabbit's been releasing some of the videos on their website of some of the feature set that it can do.
Hold on.
No, but side by side. So I'll show you. This is hang on, Rabbit.
This is Mac and me again.
No, it's not. Here, I'll show you. So this is their official website. Look, here you go.
Okay.
So their official website, they had a couple of, I don't remember where I saw it. It might have been under this. Hang on. There was I forget where I saw it now, but there was on their website, they had videos. Is it under updates maybe? No, I don't remember where I saw it, but I was looking at this part here. So what can I expect on day one after I receive my R1? So this is what they're saying it'll be able to do on day one.
Well, the email said even more, but that's some of the stuff.
So conversation with LLM, up-to-date search with Perplexity, AI vision, bidirectional translation, note-taking with AI summary. Okay, cool. Music, generative AI, rideshare, and food. Now, that's not an extensive list. That's actually a pretty basic list.
It is.
Now, I mean, I remember
get better over time because AI is ever changing.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? And I don't know how much you followed Humane or Rabbit. So Humane says it's $24.99 a month. That includes a phone number, unlimited talk and text, all that stuff. I was under the impression that included Tidal too.
I do remember them mentioning that. I remember
when
that was in the
onboarded. It's asking me to sign up. For 3 months for free. So that made me really upset. So I'm hoping, and they've talked about allowing Spotify and or YouTube Music here in the future to be integrated.
Yeah.
I would love to try Tidal, but I'm not paying for another service if I'm already paying for one.
Well, I remember that was in the keynote. They said you get unlimited Tidal. If I remember the wording right,
that's exactly what I thought. I don't think it's true.
That's not unlimited. That's 3 months. That's a fucking what you sign up. What you get when you sign up.
So, but everyone I've read so far said they have to pay for it separately, and that was not what was promised when the when the Humane was announced.
I'm just googling it now to see if I can find the language they used. They said here. Hang on a second.
Which could have changed now.
Well, this is a post from 4 months ago on their LinkedIn. Believe it or not, if I can. Actually,
who the hell uses them? Just kidding.
So this is actually from Tidal. So it says, we are the official music launch partner of Humane.
Mm-hmm.
An AI-driven music experience. Customers can use their AI pin to play music based on their context and find the right title tracks to enhance the moment. There's a link to TechCrunch, which might bring it up a little further. So, okay, so here is the reveal.
Okay, so here goes, $24 a month.
Yeah, so $24 a month. Let's see if it mentions Tidal here, because I'm almost certain I saw that somewhere here. Something about music. I'm sure it's here somewhere. Oh, this is hang on, right here. This was the Okay, okay. Right here. Music streaming service is the company's first partner. Partnered with Humane to introduce a seamless way for fans to engage with music. And I wonder if the language has changed. That's funny. Because I remember in the keynote, I am almost certain they said unlimited title. Like that was a perk of the plan. That's interesting.
And that's why I was kind of like disappointed by that, because I was onboarding and no one said like, oh my God, I'm so upset. But I'm reading something from The Verge too. It says there's support for title music streaming. That's all it says. It doesn't say it's included.
Well, hang on. Okay, hang on. So here's the launch video. Let's see if I think on the ticker thing at the bottom here. I think this is the part. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's definitely
it. This was how they launched the Humane AI, in case you're wondering.
That's why it's failing so hard too.
Yeah, this is all AI generated, believe it or not. He's wearing the pin as he's in the wheelchair. Yup, absolutely. Yup, it's in his pocket. That was the AI pin. That was actually pretty impressive. I know. All AI generated. He had it in his pocket. Didn't save him though. Like he could have just been like Humane.
No, he tried to ask a question, but it overheated. So.
Oh yeah, it's true. I mean, landing in the water probably cooled it down again, but it's not waterproof. I don't think. Is it?
It's IP4. For water, just like rain.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, Humane AI, it's promising the world and maybe delivering on none. We don't actually.
It seems like hot garbage, but I'm going to hold out to see what software updates are. I'm not going to be in the. So I originally pre-ordered the day it was released, and then I canceled.
Yep.
And then I reordered, but I'm late now, so I have plenty of time to cancel. And the first time I canceled, all I did was send an email, and they canceled it right away, no questions asked. They were pretty good about it.
Well, we'll see. Rabbit R1 is the next in the queue. I think that's coming in next week after, I think, for the reviews. I think there's an embargo or something, maybe a month.
I would love to be part of the Humane AI test experience and Rabbit before it, but they don't reach out to me. So.
That's true, I know. I mean, if they realize that the Tech Disruptors podcast is the greatest podcast ever, maybe they would.
They can call me Shit Rash, and I'll take whatever.
Absolutely. I'll give you 10 grand just for that. Can we talk a little bit about a company that is doing something good for a change? So let's talk a little bit about Fairphone. So Fairphone has released repairable wireless earbuds.
Who the hell is going to repair their earbuds?
Well, okay, so I was thinking about this. I find the most failed tech product that I have replaced the most is earbuds.
Oh yeah, earbuds. You're right.
Yeah,
Samsung. My Samsung buds die all the time.
Yes. Now I actually think this is a better proposition than the actual phone that they sell is.
But here's the problem: the phone is a great in theory, but it's always like 3-year-old technology.
Yes. Okay. Fair.
And that, I mean, I get it, Fairphone. I see
fair,
where you're
right?
going. But with this, is it going to sound good? I don't care if it's repairable. If it's repairable and it sounds good, that's great. But like, I don't know.
Well, let's see if I can find some information here. So, 6 hours of battery life on a single charge, 20 hours when in the case. IP54 is water resistance.
Okay. But even after you open it, it's still water resistant? That's kind of interesting.
Maybe. But it is made from... hang on a second. Oh, these are actually the successor. I had no idea about that. But from what I can see here, 70% recycled materials, while 100% of the rare earth elements in tin are recycled. What's a rare earth element?
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
I don't have them with me. The CMF by Nothing buds that I have.
Yes, the ones you love.
Oh my God. For $39. They're plastic. They pair. They're not cheap. Well, they're cheap, but I mean, they're except for wireless charging. The ANC isn't great.
Yeah,
it's bass heavy, but they're $39.
And that's the thing,
right? I
right?
don't care if I can repair them. I'll throw them away and buy another pair. I mean, what are these costs? Do they say?
That's a good question. I think they do. It
I'm telling you,
is.
the CMF
It
nothing's
hasn't.
my earbuds of the year so far.
I do not see a price. I see a lot of stuff about batteries and how you replace the everything.
That would be thing one nice because once a battery goes bad in a phone, you can take it somewhere to get fixed. But who the hell replaces the battery in their earbuds? Nobody.
Well, that's it, right?
So, and I think it goes back to this, like the CMF thing. They last forever, and they're $39. The battery stops working after 2 years. I'll go pay another pair for $39.
So I don't. Looking at their previous, because it just says reply. It doesn't give them a code yet, or the true wireless earbuds. Okay, I'm just trying to find a price. Hang on.
I think they're free.
No, I don't think so. Hang on. I think it's still to be determined.
Okay,
like from
they're
their
not quite
website.
out yet. Okay.
So it just said, oh, this one. That's definitely not the ones I'm looking at. But under audio, they've only got
how much the FairBuds cost? Yeah,
£149. So that's one.
That's like $175, $200. No, I am not doing it.
It's $187 US.
Yeah. See, for me, repairability is important for the environment. I get it.
Yeah.
But $39 is $39.
I know.
And I hate to say this, I keep being a dead horse, but for $39, as good as they sound, you can take some compromises and be okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. I mean, for me, I bought earlier in the year the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra 2.
Oh, you love those things.
Which, and arguably, I mean, I'm not a big earphones guy. Like I got lots of different earphones, but those ones are impressive sounding. But I also like Anchor and Soundcore and the stuff that Soundcore does. Soundcore make amazing headphones.
I like Sony.
Yeah.
OnePlus has been knocking out of the park.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I hate this. Nothing's got some nice earbuds too. So,
but can you really make a shitty earbud?
Oh,
like let's be honest. Well, I know. I know.
I went on and got what were they Lenovo?
Oh yeah, that's your first.
They were from Temu or something like.
Oh yeah,
like $6 for them. Holy crap! You know when you open nice headphones, you open them up and a little picture shows up on your phone. You compare it.
Yeah.
Which the CMF buds do that.
Yeah.
This one you open up and you actually have to have like a series of button taps to get it to compare
mode.
No!
Oh
no! And I couldn't even listen to them.
Yeah.
Terrible. But I mean, it's Temu.
Well, yeah. I mean, they also promise a lot of products which are probably not real.
We are on the topic of after watching Mac and Me, extraterrestrial.
Yes.
So we recently had an event. I think it was called like a solar something. You know
true. Yeah.
Big deal. The area I live in had a 100% whatever you call it, totality.
Yes, we had
whatever.
it. Yeah.
I have this little phone here called the Xiaomi 14 Ultra.
Yes.
And I did buy a filter that you hold up against it. So before it actually went totally covered, you could use it. And it worked really good. But I pulled up one of the shots that I took here. And you can tell me what you think.
Now, hang on. Before. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So that was covered totally. And that was probably at 30x.
Which is pretty good.
It's
a
not
nice
bad.
Looking photo, yeah.
I have one that's even closer, but you can kind of tell the artifacting once you get further and further.
Yes.
Or closer and closer, I guess you could say.
Well,
I'm impressed.
It's an impressive photo, and I think there were a lot of impressive photos that were online.
There were.
Like social media. There was a lot of good photos.
I'm in a couple car clubs online, and a guy took a picture of his car and had that in the sky right behind it. It was a perfect shot. I'm like, damn, I should have thought of that.
Well, I actually have a photo of Jason taking the photo. That's literally right there, yeah.
And the problem is I have to wear the foil hat and gray my beard and wear a weird T-shirt and look older in order to be safe from the alien invasion, of course.
I'll tell you my funny Eclipse story. So I came in here in Toronto. It was meant to go total eclipse at about 4:15-ish approximately.
Okay.
So I came home from work early that day. And I'd had a long week. I was tired. So I lied on the couch, fell asleep. And I had one of those moments, when you wake up, and when I woke up, it was right in total eclipse mode. It was fucking dark.
Your family didn't wake you up and say, "Hey, come out and check this
No,
out"?
no one was home. So I was home on my own. I got home. I come home a little bit earlier than I normally did. So anyway, I fell asleep on the couch. I wake up in the middle of the eclipse. It's dark, black outside. I thought I slept fucking hours, but it was just because it was so dark outside. And I jumped up. I'm like, holy shit, what time is it? I look at the clock. It's like 4 o'clock. I had probably like good 60 seconds of panic as I thought I slept until the next day. And then all of a sudden the eclipse passes, the sun comes back out, and it was fine again. But we were worried over here because it was cloudy and raining right up until about 3 p.m. And then it started to clear up.
A lot of people that were in the partial zone were like, "Oh, it's cloudy, we don't care."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, look at this,
Yeah.
My kids were out of school, so I stayed home, and my wife took off. And was it worth it? I don't know, but it was really cool. My kids loved it, and I've never seen my kids get along. They actually sat in the yard and stared up at the sky together, and I've never seen that. So that was enough for me.
And you know what's awesome? You didn't even give them glasses. They just stared at you.
We want to make sure that they need us. No.
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah, of course. I saw a lot of stupid shit though. People putting taking the foil out of the glasses and putting it over their smartphone. It's I get it. I mean, sure.
Well, the filter I bought for my phone wasn't the same as what was in the glasses.
Yes,
it was.
Yeah, it was just a piece.
It was the same.
It was a piece of cling wrap or something. It's just like.
Well, what's funny is I put my glasses on. And then I put the filter on, and I held it up. And I go, well, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
So I had to take the glasses off. I had to point the phone at the sun, but I had to make sure my eyes were like behind the screen, so I didn't blind myself. And that's the only way I can get picture. Now, once it went total like that picture I showed, I don't think you had to wear glasses at that point.
Yeah.
But it lasted only, I think, 60 seconds. Look, my eye, I can't see out of one eye, but I don't know what the issue is.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
okay.
I poke myself,
But you know what's awesome? You got no more cataracts. So glass half full, right? Yeah, they're gone now.
There's a burning in my eye, but besides that, it's fine. Yeah.
It actually lens corrected my eyes. I actually don't need to wear glasses anymore. It just reshaped it completely. Which was, always fun. But
the moment where it went from partial to full was a really cool moment. I will.
100%. 100%.
My daughter was like running around, going, "Oh my god, what the?" And they say we'll never see it again in a lifetime. We will. We just got to go somewhere else to see it.
Well, that's exactly right.
Alaska, Texas, New Mexico, wherever. I don't know.
It was funny because, quite literally, I was watching it I watched it a little bit on TV. When I woke up, I was bored. I didn't have the glasses. My son had them because he took them to school. Sorry, he took them with his mum. And I didn't have the glasses to look up at it. So I'm like, fuck. So I just YouTubed it, live stream, like an idiot.
You live streamed the solar.
I live streamed it because I didn't want to go out there and burn my retinas. But if you look online, right after it, it was so funny because there was so many memes, cartoons.
And I don't know if this is true, but they were making memes of Donald Trump doing this. Look at this guy. I don't know if it was true, if that really happened, or they were just saying that. Shit like this one here, which is very, very funny. And what's that
this
from?
Is my friend. This was just a tweet that someone had posted.
No, that's from Madame Web.
Oh, is it? Oh, I have no idea. Yeah. Sorry, I have no idea.
Oh my god,
it's terrible.
It is a terrible movie.
Well, I mean, listen, I as a Marvel fan, I have to now limit how much Marvel.
I have never hated the last Thor movie. Everyone banged. I loved it. It was funny, action.
Yeah.
This was. I don't know what I watched. At the end of the movie, I'm like, what just happened?
I said this to you when I posted it. I actually think that my tweet won for the best tweet during the eclipse. And I'm going to share it with you again because you've probably forgotten what I posted. But I posted this one. This is my exact message. I said, damn it, I'm watching the wrong eclipse. And I posted a photo of the movie cover of Twilight Saga Eclipse. I thought that was fucking hilarious. The two people who liked it found it very funny. But I thought that was
you got plenty of likes on that.
I did. I'm not gonna lie.
I posted you. I don't know what it is now, but the day it happened, I was about 500 views and about 16 likes. So
that's pretty good.
The right eclipse won.
Well, I'll just put it to you this way. I laughed to myself for probably 10 minutes and it was worth it, but just for that before I posted that tweet.
Well, I almost posted the Fast and Furious Mitsubishi clips.
Oh, yes. Yep.
But I was like, you know what? No one's going to get it, so I didn't do it.
It's true. And then, yeah, like just looking around, like there's some funny shit that people put out there. And like, this is another guy, which I thought was also pretty funny.
What the fuck?
So he's made a sun around the glasses there, which again, hilarious. Very funny, very funny. But yeah, once in a lifetime moment. If you missed it,
look, I enjoyed it. Did I have to take the whole day off? No, but I'm glad I did to spend time with my family. So
correct.
It doesn't happen very often.
And all of your vision problems are now solved. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a win.
And this weekend, actually tomorrow night, I'm wearing a purple suit to a father-daughter dance.
Is that chosen by your daughter?
Yes.
Oh.
To match her dress, and I don't care.
Are you gonna look like
one? I don't care.
Right. Are you gonna look like Jack Nicholson's The Joker?
No, there's no. That one had like a ruffles. Didn't it have the ruffles in there.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna have to pull out
like a vest. This has got a vest in it. It's all I think it's purple and whatever else. So no.
If you look like this, I'm gonna be fucking impressed because I think that would be like.
Well, you're not gonna be impressed.
Legitimately,
I'm pretty sure Jack. No. Well, that's the purple. That's the color purple, though. I won't
is that the real? Oh, okay.
It's purple, and I don't care. People are like, "You're gonna be embarrassed." I don't get embarrassed very easily, and if people don't like what I wear, I don't care. It's for my daughter, no one else. So
I mean, listen, the resemblance is uncanny.
It is.
You know,
the pasty white is definitely me.
It's true. Yeah. I
should have got a purple hat. I didn't think about that.
The hat would have been amazing, like a fedora, maybe, like just a fuck. You would have a
little more updating. That's what early '90s. You know, no one wears
late '80s, maybe.
Yeah, and like the teal and the orange don't really go well with the purple.
No, I mean, I personally think you missed opportunity there.
I should have went for the Willy Wonka look. Is what I should have did.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I'll give you $50 if you do the white makeup and take a photo of yourself with a purple suit on.
No way.
Just do it. I know that the hair is a bit trickier.
Here's the problem. I don't have white makeup. The only thing of white I would have would be spray paint. I'm not spray paint. I'll be white for a while.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, different versions. I mean, they're all wearing kind of colors.
Wait, they are. There's a lot of purple there. I don't have.
Apart from Joaquin Phoenix.
See, that's nothing. I have to paint my head green,
which would also be hilarious. But we won't go there. But anyway, that sounds like a fun night. I applaud you for your bravery for wearing purple.
Last year was baby blue.
Oh, nice.
And I think one guy gave me a compliment, but that's about it.
Well, I think the most colorful suit I have is a navy blue.
I've got the gray. I've got suits you can buy now cheap, so I'm not buying the most expensive one. I had to get it tailored because it was way too big the waist was like four. No, that wasn't. They had to extend that a little bit. I mean, they had to make it a little bigger. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, it's for my daughter, and I'll probably never wear it again. I don't care. Maybe for Halloween I'll wear it. Maybe you go as the Joker. That would be amazing, dude. That's a good idea.
You go as the Joker. I'll dress as Batman, and we'll do our podcast just before Halloween. As back in that.
Here's the other thing: when we do our end of the year.
Oh, there you go. Now you got a
color suits to wear.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. But anyway, that actually brings us to the end of tonight's show. I know time flies when you're having fun, right? But the Tech Disruptors are all about having fun and talking tech. Mm-hmm. And if you like what we do, hit that like, subscribe button. Follow us on Spotify Music and Apple Podcast. And if you would like a cassette version of tonight's recording, send a snail mail to Jason. He will organize that for you.
And that's Jason Shitrash.
Yes, at gmail.com. Yes, and we'll make sure we have those shipped out in 6 to 8 weeks from now. Which
correct.
Will probably be very timely when you listen to it on your, cassette radio in your car.
Your Sony Walkman. Right.
Your Sony Walkman, yes. But anyway, all right. On that note, thank you very much, Jason. We will catch you guys next week. And reach out, tell your friends about us. We would love to have you guys be part of the family. On that note,